Okay, so I am sharing with you guys my birth plan, and I have a copy of it somewhere printed out, but I don't know where exactly, and the birth center has one copy, so I'm showing it to you from my computer really fast. I'll show it to you really fast and then I will talk about it. But basically showing it to you, I just want to show you how short it is. It is very short. It's just one page. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've got it split into 1, 2, 3, 4 categories. First stage of labor, second stage of labor, which is pushing, after the birth, and then baby care. So here it is, all on one page, super, super short, super sweet, and to the point. Now I'll tell you what it says because you probably can't read it. I first off want to start out this video by saying I'm birthing in a birth center. So if I was birthing in a hospital, my birth plan would look a lot different than this one. Simply because the philosophy of a birth center is a lot different than the philosophy and routines of a regular labor and delivery room. So a lot of their philosophy and the way they do things already align with my wishes that I want for my birth, which is why I'm birthing at a birth center. So I didn't feel the need to put all the things that they already do in the birth plan. So I tried to just include things that were very important to me and things that wouldn't be necessarily routine for every person in the birth center. So I really tried to narrow it down and keep it very simple and as concise as I possibly could. So that's why it's so short. So the top says birth plan, and then I have it titled first stage of labor, and then I have 3 bullet points. And those 3 bullet points say, I would like a quiet environment, dim lights, and as few interruptions during early labor as possible. So basically, I don't really want to be messed with during labor unless I ask for something. Besides getting my 2 doses of antibiotics in the beginning, the nurses really shouldn't have to do too much except for, monitor the baby's heartbeat every once in a while. So because I'll be relying on Thomas and my doula for labor support and for comfort and those kind of things. I don't want a lot of noise. I just want everything to be as calm and peaceful as possible. Second thing, I do not wish to be checked for dilation unless I personally request it. Please do not ask me if I want to be checked. So I know that they do like to check you if you want to be checked, so that's one thing I made sure to put in there. I don't even want to be asked if I want to be checked. If I want to be checked for dilation, I will ask personally. So don't ask me to be checked because I don't want to be asked. But they do, before they will admit you, they will check you. But then once you're admitted, you really don't need to be checked if you don't want to be. So I'm going into it thinking I'm not going to want to be messed with, I'm not going to want to be checked. But if I change my mind and I ask, then I'll be checked then. But I don't want them to be like, oh, can we check you to see how far along you are? I don't want that. Third thing, I do not want my water broken unless I personally request it. Please do not ask me if I want to have it broken. So, yeah, a lot of times it's routine to break your membranes, but I don't want to be asked. If I feel like I want my water broke, I will ask for that. But if I don't say anything about it, don't do it. And don't ask me about it. And then my next heading is second stage of labor, which is pushing. I'm pushing in parentheses. And I've got 3 bullets there. I would like the freedom to choose the position that feels right to me, which I probably didn't have to put that one in there, but I did anyways. I would like to be able to spontaneously bear down during contractions. I do not want to be coached. So I do not want people telling me when to push. I really don't want a lot of talking at all when I'm pushing. So, yeah, I was coached through pushing with Jaden, and I hated it. It gets annoying when they're like, come on, come on, come on, you can do it, push, push, push. That's annoying. I don't want any of that. So, and then I would like as little staff members as necessary in the room while I am delivering. That one's really important to me because when I had Jaden, I had him at OSU Medical Center, and I had a whole room full of people when I was delivering him. It's a teaching hospital, so I had some students in there, and it's like, I don't want that. I want as few amount of people in there that has to be in there. So preferably just like the midwife or doctor and one nurse, and that's it. And then my next heading is after birth. I have 4 bullet points under that one. Delay cutting the umbilical cord until it has completely stopped pulsating and I have given consent. So I want it to be completely done pulsating, and I want to be the one to be okay, and I want to be the one that says, okay, you can cut it now. I would like my birth partner to cut the cord, so I want Thomas to cut the cord. The next one is, I do not wish to receive the routine Pitocin shot to help expel the placenta. I do not want the Pitocin shot. I want to just deliver it naturally. And then the 4th one, which is probably the most important thing on my entire birth plan, is we would like my placenta preserved for encapsulation and wish for my doula or birth partner to stay with the placenta until it is clearly marked and safely put in the freezer. So that one is very important to me. Probably the most important thing on here because it's definitely not completely routine for the birth center. A lot of people do it, but it's not something they do every time. So that's definitely something that when we were having our consultation at the birth center, she's like, make sure you remind people that you want your placenta, And I also thought it was very important to put the part where it says, and wish for my doula or birth partner to stay with the placenta until it is clearly marked and safely put in the freezer. I put in that part, I put in that part because my doula actually suggested that. That way, there's no contamination from point A to point B if someone's supervising it going from there to the freezer. Make sure that it doesn't get dropped, make sure they don't put any kind of chemicals in it, make sure it gets there safely, make sure it gets labeled properly, and it's locked safely in the freezer. Because they won't let me have my placenta until they have to keep it for 3 days. So there's no way around that. I've already tried. So I'll take what I can get. It's kind of like a compromise. And then my last heading is baby care. We will be declining the eye ointment, Hep B shot, and the vitamin K shot. We will provide our baby with our own oral vitamin K drops. She also said to remind people of that because that's important, because that's definitely not routine. So we are providing our own oral vitamin K drops to prevent having to get the shot. And we would like any vernix, and the last point on my birth plan is we would like any vernix to be rubbed into our daughter's skin, and we do not wish to have her bathed at the birth center. So she will not be getting a bath in the birth center, and she won't get her first bath until she's home here with us.
Okay.
And yeah, the vernix will be rubbed into her skin. So that is it. It's a pretty short birth plan because they already do all the other things like skin to skin. They let you breastfeed right away. They never take the baby out of your room. They already do all those kind of things, so I didn't feel the need to have to put that kind of stuff in my birth plan because it's just what they already do. So that is it, and if you have any questions, please let me know.